I'm a big Ohio nigga. A lot of niggas know me in Ohio and they love me in Ohio, man.
BVO, my brother, what's up with you, King? Salute to my brother BVO.
What's up, guys? Chris Algieri here. Big shout out to BVO Sports TV.
What's the deal? It's the champ, Shannon Cannon Briggs, two-time heavyweight champion of the Raw. I want to give a shout out to BVO TV.
Shout out to BVO Boxing. You understand? Check the boy out. Check the kid out. You understand?
What up? This Coach Bernard Hackett, and I'm rocking with BVO Sports TV, where they bring you the real with no fluff.
Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weeping and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.
Miss BVO, what's that?
Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? It's your boy BVO Sports TV. We back with another one. We're back with another one. Y'all don't want to miss the show. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get everything set up. Give me 1 second, y'all. Well, my man say, yes, y'all. We in the spot, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me get it up here. Other guy up here, Mr. Hackett. Give me 1 second, y'all. Trying to get everything straight. Trying to get it all straight. Filet McDonald's. How do you like it? Can y'all hear me? Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yo.
Hey.
Give me one. So I'm trying to get
What's up,
audio
Freezy?
together.
Turn my mic down. It's loud. I got an echo.
Yeah, it'll be 1 second. I'm trying to get my earphones together. But
What's up, Crush? Uncle Cass? Vacay?
Boy, Prize got a good show over there going on over there, man. Shout out to Prize. But let me ask you guys this. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
So what you guys think about my man, Giannis Antetokounmpo, man? They want him to shut it down for the year, but he don't want to. What you guys think about Giannis trying to play for the fans?
Freezy.
You said they're going to shut him down for the year, but
that's what they want to do. They want to shut him.
He want to play though.
Play for the fans.
Is it?
I think he's thinking this might be his last year in Milwaukee.
Salute, Uncle Bruce.
No,
Free. Basically, you know they want to trade Giannis, right? Free. So basically, they want to shut him down so he doesn't get hurt. But Giannis is like, F that. I want to play. So they're at a standoff right now.
Yeah. I don't know what.
I'll say this. I think what Giannis is doing is commendable. But at the end of the day, I think they're going to do what's best for the franchise. I mean, they gave him an opportunity to win a belt there. I mean, I don't mean to say belt, but win a world championship. I just think they're spending money. Because they spent a lot of money getting dang dollars over there, and that was and I think a ball dominant, player like Giannis, as he said, he don't want a ball dominant guard. So it's gonna be hard to win that way. I mean, that was the case. He should have stayed with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, if that's what he was looking for. Because right now, I would say they got to do what's best for them and kind of move on. Because no matter how you put it, they're in the 10th spot right now. The Milwaukee Bucks not a good team.
I mean, that's the problem that I had with a lot of these.
Free, you got an echo.
I got an echo?
Yeah.
All right, let me go on and come back in.
But no,
Go
you
ahead,
right,
Prize.
BB.
Let us know
Yeah,
what you think real quick while he get that together.
yeah, for sure. And shout out D Free. Yeah, they did go and get Dame Dollar. It didn't work out. You know,
Yeah, I still got to
it couldn't.
No, you good to go now. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, listen, you had a lot of teams today.
I hear an
They don't know
echo.
how, they don't know how to build around their star players. A lot of times they trade away their star players to build up their team instead of just building their team. I mean, you have coaches in there for a reason, and you have players that you picked up. Either you got to reevaluate the scouting team or reevaluate your coach, because I mean, every time you come around, a star player is getting traded instead of they just staying with the team. You don't have too many teams now that's keeping the player that they drafted and made a star with that same team for the duration of their career. They end up getting up out of there in the middle of their prime season. Like Giannis is not old. Giannis is still young, and they trying to get
Mm-hmm.
rid of a young star.
Mm-hmm. They spend a lot of money getting
Yeah.
Dame Dollar.
Oh, y'all. And then y'all can't keep going. I see it. Well, I'll say this. You can say that, but for financial reasons, they have to stay to the 7th year because they're trying to get that super max and get the most dollars possible. So
Mm-hmm.
I understand why you see guys around that 7th, 8th year try to get out of get out of town. But I feel like Giannis has gave them everything you could ask for.
Mm-hmm.
And at
A
this
title
point,
and
it's
everything.
just time for him to move on. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you can't get mad at him because he wants to win. I mean, that's been Giannis's thing since day one. And if you got a guy who's finished top 5 in 3 or 4 of the last 5 years in MVP voting, I mean, there's not much more you can ask for him. I mean, he's probably the second best player in the franchise history. I mean, we just got to call what we're seeing, and what we're seeing is a really good young player who wants to win. So I
Mm-hmm.
think getting out of town is good for him.
Yeah. And it's sad because he don't want to go nowhere. He actually wants to be a
Y'all
Milwaukee
hear me?
Buck.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear you. He wants to be a Milwaukee Buck for the rest of his career, you know? And it's like, I rock with Milwaukee. They did it. I don't know why they bust that team up. You know, Drew Holiday, I know he's not a big name, but, you know, I'm a Sixer fan, a diehard Sixer fan. We drafted Drew Holiday. We had Drew Holiday. And when we got rid of him, the hardcore fans know that was a mistake because that's a big point guard who can defend and don't turn the ball over. So when he paired him with Giannis and Middleton, who can shoot and catch and shoot, and Giannis can do his work, that team was unstoppable, bro. You know? And it's a shame that the kid don't want to go nowhere, but it's like Milwaukee's just like, nah. You know, it's like they're just willing to bust it up, you know, and start over. And they didn't get a deal done this year because for whatever reason, you know, but start of next season, I don't see him with the Bucks, and it's a shame for the Milwaukee fans. Cause I know how y'all feel, because that's like Iverson when we had to trade Iverson to Denver. You know what that was like for us? That was just crazy.
I mean,
So
yeah,
I know what Milwaukee fans going through, Free.
yeah, I look at that's why I look at today as a much different time than the year the era that Michael Jordan and Clyde Drexler and all those guys played in, because those guys didn't move nowhere. They just practiced harder and got better and said, look, we're gonna figure out how to beat Mike. A lot of those guys didn't move around. They stayed with the same team. And that's what I say today. It's different. You're like, oh, you can't beat him. All right, let's leave, go join with another guy that's trying to beat the team, beat one team. I mean, instead of just practicing harder and coming up with better plays to beat that team the following year. You guys ready to move on to another team, or the franchise is ready to get rid of their star players and try to get somebody else in there. I'm like, today's time is much different from the years of Michael Jordan, Karl Malone, and Magic, and Larry Bird. Those guys build a franchise. They didn't go out and trade for a franchise.
Yeah.
Well, I would say this. You're talking about 40 years ago in some cases. I mean, if you think things are going to be the same within a 35 to 40 year span, That's just not realistic. Say it again.
You said 40 years ago. I
said 35, between 35 and 40 years ago. 1990 was 35 years ago. I mean, about to be 36 years ago. If you're talking about, you said if you're talking about Larry Bird played in 1990. His last year was 1992. That's what 30-something years ago. You got Clyde Drexler who left Portland. That's 30-something years. I'm talking about it's unrealistic to think something from 30, almost 40 years ago is going to be the same. It's just not going to be. I mean, it's more money involved. It's more. It's not an attack on you. I'm just saying it's way more money involved. And at the end of the day, why would you be a guy who wastes his whole prime like you seen Kevin Garnett do, and you almost have to, and you end up playing longer than you probably wanted to, chasing the
Kevin Garnett, BVO?
Because Kevin Garnett spent about 13, 14 years
in
with
Minnesota.
He should have been left before then. Because he wasn't going to win. He was not going to win.
They had a good team with Marbury and them, man.
Man, Marbury,
they were young, though. They were young.
That team never really materialized. What I'm saying is
the
best he had going was when he had Sam Cassell and he had Latrell Sprewell when he played the Lakers in 2004. And it took him to 2008 to get out of there. So all I'm saying, he spent so much time wasting, being there. Go ahead.
He's loyal, man.
You're talking about the mindset that I'm talking about. Y'all are quick to give up instead of working hard. You're quick to give up and go join somebody else instead of working hard to get better. He said Kevin Garnett wasting his time with the Timberwolves. I don't think he wasted his time. I think the Timberwolves gave up on him. I don't think he wasted his time.
No, that's not true.
No, they didn't give up on him.
They didn't give up on him.
They spent all that money on Wally Zerbiak. It didn't work.
Yeah,
they spent a lot of money. They spent a lot of money on getting Sprewell. They gave Sprewell a new contract. That's when he had the famous. He had the famous saying that he had to feed his kids. And then
y'all talking at the same time.
Oh, I didn't know. My bad. Go ahead, Fred. Go ahead.
I said, did he leave as a free agent or did he get traded?
Who? Garnett? He left as a free agent, unsigned.
No, he left in the trade.
He got traded?
They traded him from
Boston?
Minnesota to Boston. Yeah, same thing with Ray Allen when they got Ray Allen. It was picks.
Oh, that's right. Damn. Well, I think he did everything like free. I think he did everything like Giannis did, like. But what he did was Giannis actually won a title in Milwaukee, which was great for that city. That was, I bet you their parties was crazy.
That's the thing. Like Giannis won a title.
Mm-hmm.
They was 1 year removed, and they started busting up the thing.
Yeah.
1 year removed.
Middleton.
They got rid of Drew Holiday first, then they turn around and get rid of Middleton.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
They want to get Dame Dollars. I mean,
Dame Dollars.
I can't get mad at them for swinging the bat. I mean, they took a chance. It didn't work out.
Yeah, they did. Happens. At least they did try. But the Milwaukee fans knew, like, if you know basketball, you don't get rid of a big solid point guard like Drew Holiday, bro. When like I said, we had Drew Holiday. The Sixers, we had him.
I would for a 28-year-old Dame Lillard. I would.
No, I wouldn't. Hell no. Hell no.
I would send him out the door.
No, Dame ain't win shit. No.
It's not about winning. It's about the player he was.
Drew Holiday is a better player in the playoffs.
Never.
Drew Holiday is a better player in the playoffs than Damian Lillard.
No, he's not. Damian Lillard took a team to the Western Conference Finals versus the Golden State Warriors.
Man, Drew Holiday won a championship.
He was not the lead guy.
He was a major piece.
I'm talking
without
about being
Drew
the
Holiday.
league. He said, who's a better player? It's not even
without
close.
Drew Holiday. They don't win that.
It's not even close, man.
Without Drew Holiday, BVO, they don't win that.
I've seen it with Drew Holiday before. With Drew Holiday when he played, hold on 1 second. When Drew Holiday played with the Pelicans and he had 40, he gave Dame 40 and shut Dame down. Had a good little series, But overall, if you look at their careers in the playoffs, Dame Dollars is probably one of the best lead guards in playoff history. Look at his stats. Look at what he's done. So don't go off emotional. Everybody's not going to win. That's what you got to remember. But with nobody but him and CJ McCullough, they went all the way to the Western Conference Finals against Kevin Durant, Megan Thee Stallion's boyfriend, and Steph Curry. That's a heck of a feat.
But no, I'll still take Drew Holiday, bro.
This is the thing. Y'all gotta understand when you making these plays, you gotta see what you're giving up and what you're gaining. What they gave up, which got them to the playoffs and got them to the championship, they gave up defense for scoring. Damian is nowhere near the defender of Drew Holiday.
Right. Thank you,
So
Free.
he gave up defense to get scoring, but the problem was you couldn't stop nobody. Yes, you got more scoring, but now you can't stop nobody. So what's the point of having more scoring if you can't stop anybody? you need to have one of the best defending guards in all of basketball.
Top 5 defending point guards.
Yeah, you gave that up to get a guard that scores who has injury problems throughout his career. The man gets injured every single year. Drew Holiday is a sturdy guy. He don't get injured that often. He's usually there.
And see, that doesn't match Free because the year before he came to Milwaukee, he played 79 games. Look at the stats, man.
But okay, and that's cool, BVO. But nevertheless, hold on, Free. Let me get. Hold on, Free.
No. He said he played 79 games. You realize there's only 82 games in the season. He missed 2 games. I mean 3. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. So why wouldn't you get Damian if he's relatively healthy at 79 games?
Drew Holiday is a better defender on the perimeter. He's gonna lock the point guard down. He's big. He's like almost 6'6". He might be 6'6".
No, he's 6'4".
Drew Holiday. Okay, he doesn't turn the ball over. He can defend one of your best guard. He can assist. He can score.
What was that at when Jimmy Butler was giving buckets by the boatload when they played the Miami Heat? And I think Jimmy Butler had like
that's why Jimmy's
60 on him. See, y'all not making any sense. We seen the man get embarrassed.
Bro, Drew Holiday. I mean,
Dame Lillard got rid of Drew Holiday. Listen to what I'm saying. The whole reason they got rid of Drew Holiday is because when they played the Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler had his way on him. Look at the stats.
Jimmy Butler is not a point guard. He's a 2 guard.
You're not listening, Free. It doesn't matter what the position he plays. What I'm telling you is Drew Holiday was the main defender against Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler destroyed him.
Can't nobody guard Jimmy Butler.
Y'all missing what I'm just saying. He got destroyed, so that's why they went and said,
let's try to Jimmy Butler destroys your favorite players.
No, what happened? What happened the year that they won the championship?
You know, talking about the year they won the championship. We talking about the following year.
Drew Holiday hit big shots, made big plays. Drew Holiday. If I had to play our series Free, there's no way I'm taking Dame Lillard over Drew Holiday. And I love Dame Lillard. He's a great scorer. Yes, he is. But see, like you said, D Free, Portland decided Milwaukee decided they can feel like they can get rid of the defense and the assist.
Hold on,
BBO. Hold on. They feel like they can get rid of the point guard that defends, don't turn the ball over, and assist and can score versus a guy that dropped 30 or 40 on you, right? But that's not going to defend.
What you did when you got rid of Drew Holiday and got Damian, you messed up the triangle because now you don't have a triangle because you got 2 number 1s that want the ball. You got 2 number 1s. Damian wants the ball, and you got Giannis who wants the ball.
Salute, Uncle Cass.
So you got 2 guys that want the ball. So somebody's gonna have an attitude because they didn't get the ball because both of them want the ball.
But Giannis made it clear that Dame is the guy. He's gonna do the shots. He's gonna play off of Dame. Giannis said that. But it just didn't. That punch didn't work out because of like you said, D3, defensive problems. You get rid of Drew Holiday, you take a lot of your perimeter defense away. You know, now the point guard can, penetrate, make passes, score. and they don't got that 6'4".
If a
Would you say
dude puts up 50 on my guy,
it doesn't
50,
matter?
50, 40, 35, dominate him the playoff series before, I'm thinking he lost a step as an organization. So I'm thinking that's what they thought. They thought he lost a step. So that's
Ain't no
why they
way
went ahead.
I'm gonna take.
They went a different direction.
The defense, the lockdown, them shooters, especially the way that today NBA is with all the threes. You gotta have.
He wasn't shooting threes. It was all
who
mid
wasn't?
range,
Dame?
taking him to the vet. No, Jimmy Buckets. He wasn't shooting
Jimmy
threes.
Buckets is a pure
He was
scorer,
taking
bro.
Drew Holiday off the ball and hitting him with nothing but mid range, off
He
the
too
elbow,
big.
off the baseline. I mean,
Jimmy
Drew Holiday
Butler.
is six. Jimmy Butler is about 6'6". You got Drew Holiday, who's about 6'4", 200 pounds.
He's too small for Jimmy.
I wouldn't say he was small at 6'4", 200 pounds. I think he would. I just think he got dogged.
Bro, nobody can guard Jimmy Butler, bro. He will score 50 on anybody, bro. You know that. Come on, baby.
Not in the way he did to Drew Holiday. He ate Drew Holiday's lunch. That's what y'all missing. He ate the man's lunch, so they thought he was finished. So they wanted to move on. I mean, was it a smart decision in hindsight? No. But because then you seen them kind of help the Celtics win their championship when they played Dallas.
You base your whole franchise off of one series.
That's what they did.
But the thing is, it's always when you're the champion and you're the defending champion, it's always harder to make it back. Everybody's gunning to take you out, so everybody's going to play their best game when they're playing against you. So you base your whole franchise, your whole franchise off of one series. You lost the series, and you said, you know what, we got to move on. But you forgot what led you up to that point. It was the defense that Drew Holiday provided leading up to that point. It was the generalship of Drew Holiday leading up to that point. So he forgot all about that. He just looked at this one series and said, you know what, we got to move on. We want somebody that could score more. We'll sacrifice defense to get somebody to score more. That's why you got these games now that's so boring, because there's no defense being played. Everybody is going up and down the court scoring. Nobody's playing defense.
It just one of them things where it just didn't work. Dame tore his Achilles, and it just, to be honest with you, it never seemed to work. The synergy never was there. It wasn't because Giannis didn't try or Dame didn't try. It just didn't work out. It's more like, to me, reminded me of
work out.
Carmelo Amari Stoudemire. It just didn't work. Because if you think about it, Giannis is a ball dominant big man, so he needs the ball in his hands to be effective.
But he was willing to give it up to Dame.
And the difference with Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, they didn't need the ball. And the thing that I think really hurt him worse was that Chris Middleton couldn't stay healthy. I think him not being healthy the last 3 years contributed to them saying, let's just give up and try it again with Dame. And they got the same thing with Dame. It was just a mere bag of shells. I'll say this, though.
But Middleton defended and scored, bro.
He was hurt. What I'm saying is he could not.
Not when they won?
No, so you missed what I'm saying. The one part is over. I'm talking about the following 2 to 3 years after. For 3 years, the man couldn't get off the bench because he was hurt.
That happens to the best of them. Yeah, you're right.
And that's what I'm saying. So if somebody's hurt, what's you going to do? You can't just keep waiting on it when you're paying Giannis more money than God. You just can't. It's a small market team. No matter what they say, it's a small market team. So I don't think they wanted to spend that kind of money.
And they were trying to impress Giannis, too.
I think they were just trying to win, just to be totally honest.
No, they were trying to get Giannis a guy
when they
make him excited.
Mike Budenholzer, I think that really set the franchise back. Mike Budenholzer, who came from the Greg Popovich tree, was a hell of a coach. Firing him and replacing him with the recycle of Doc Rivers, who's, to me, I think Doc's an okay coach, but I think he's a little overrated in my opinion. But going for Mike Budenholzer, you see what he did in Atlanta. You see what he did with Milwaukee. Why would you fire him? Because he was having a rough time with guys who were injured? That's what I mean when I say that. They really set Giannis back is just by being impatient.
And free Giannis, man.
No,
I give him credit for wanting to fight. I give him credit for wanting to play, though.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, what you gonna get in return for Giannis? You're not gonna get another dominant superstar like Giannis. They're gonna give you probably 2 mediocre players and maybe a draft pick for Giannis. So you starting back from scratch. Ain't nobody giving up no dominant superstar for Giannis. They're going to give you up a mediocre player or a player that's on the downslide of their career for Giannis. And probably another complimentary player and a draft pick.
Well, let me ask you this, though. If that's the case, then, Free, why did they give 4 first-round picks for Bane? Why did they give 3 first-round picks for, what's the guy from Villanova that came from, Markel Bridges? So what you saying, kind of, Desmond Bane got 4 first-round picks? You telling me Markel Bridges got 3 first-round picks? You don't think Giannis could garner something similar? Seriously?
No, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm saying you're giving away your superstar. You're not getting a superstar in return.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be for picks. I'm saying, do you think they can get something like that?
Saying say he was a terrible coach.
I mean, it can be. It can be. But like I said, you're going to start back from scratch. You're going to go back to being one of the bad teams in the East and have to work your way all the way back up. Or one of the mediocre teams in the East and work yourself all the way back up. So by getting rid of these stars that you had, or getting rid of these stars that you had, now you put your franchise back about 4 or 5 years.
No matter how it goes, I think what really happened as well is that Milwaukee has not done a great job drafting. I think people got to understand when you draft really well, it covers up a lot of this because they just haven't drafted well.
They drafted Giannis,
over a decade ago, man. I'm talking about,
and they won a title with him.
You missed what I'm talking about. You got to consistently draft.
You're right, but that draft pick wasn't a bust. They won a title with that draft pick. They spent everything. They got Giannis.
What I'm saying is they haven't drafted well after getting Giannis and Chris Middleton. They haven't done a good job of drafting since then.
I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. You gotta reevaluate your scouting team. You gotta reevaluate your head coach because you can't say, okay, I just won a championship with this team. Now all of a sudden my team is bad. Your team ain't bad. They lost in a playoff. They're not bad, but you didn't add to the team without getting rid of your stars, your 3-headed monster. You didn't add to that. You started subtracting from the 3-headed monster. That's the difference. They started subtracting from the 3-headed monster. They didn't add to the 3-headed monster.
All I say is this: Giannis is not KD. He's not a plug-and-play guy who can play on any team because he's so ball dominant. A guy like KD don't need the ball to be effective. I think Giannis because of how Jason Kidd balled him up, he needs the ball to be effective. And I don't think it's going to be a lot of places in the NBA that's going to want to change their whole offense and everything for Giannis. I just don't think that's the case. It's going to be somebody, but I'm just saying it's not going to be a huge line for that. And you got to pay him max money as well. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. But that being said, let me ask you guys this. Do you guys think if Ant-Man doesn't get closer to the Western Conference Finals this year, he'll want to get out of Minnesota? What would you guys say?
No, I don't think I don't think he'll want to get out of Minnesota. I think he's gonna want more help. He's gonna want more help, but I don't think he's gonna want to get out of Minnesota. Minnesota just gave that man a nice contract. I don't think he's gonna want to get out. I think he's gonna want more help. He's gonna demand to the ownership, hey, you need to give me some help in here because it's pretty much just me. I mean, you got the
Gobert.
That man, he's a liability on the court. When it comes to fast break, that man is slow as hell. He's a liability on the court.
Yeah, I hope they don't get Ja Morant because
that ain't gonna work.
If you ask me, Ja Morant hasn't got any better since his rookie year. I mean, he's shooting 40% from three. I mean, 30% from three, 35% from the field. The man is a good player, but I think we kind of overrated him because he's not a great player. His numbers show you that he's not.
They need a bunch of good role players with Ant-Man.
He hasn't added a single thing to his game. Just like when you see a guy like John Morant, he hasn't added a single new wrinkle to his game. I look at my man Zion Williams down in New Orleans. Zion can shoot better. He can pass better. He's looking more like a small forward than he ever did. So, I mean, it's just a difference where I would say he's not working on his game. He's kind of too busy doing the gritty and, you know, showing weapons to actually work on his game.
That was crazy.
I think John Morant,
He can hoop, bro.
he's a similar player to Ant-Man. They both slashers.
Insane and brutal.
They both slashers. They're not considered shooters. They're considered
a guy who shoots 41% from the field from three ain't a shooter. And Ant-Man, are you crazy?
No. They're not considered shooters. They're considered slashers. Those guys.
Ant-Man is considered a shooter, man. Look at the stats.
No,
look at the stats.
Listen to what I'm saying, BVO. When you look at their style of play, they are slashers. They're not shooters. They're slashers. They get into the basket. Their game is.
He doesn't go to the back. They actually have said, if you look at his stats, he's gone to the basket less because he shoots so well now. He really has changed his. I know how he used to play, but he shoots a lot of threes.
Okay, but what I'm saying is his game is considered a slasher. He's going to the basket. But what I think with a guy like John Morant and a guy like Ant on the same team, you're like, okay, who are we going to double? Because we're going to have to double one of these guys. Because if you double Ja, that means you're leaving Ant by himself. And he can take anybody off the dribble by himself. If you double Ant, you're leaving Ja by himself. He can take anybody to the basket by himself. So they kind of complement each other. So it wouldn't be that bad of an idea because you still can have Ant and have Ja and still get a shooter. You can have a shooting guard be the shooter. You don't need your point guard to be the shooter.
Yeah.
Your point guard can be a slasher and it would still work.
I think he needs some kind of
with a guy who's shooting
slash
30%
like
from
forward.
the three. Are you serious? How?
Or a bunch of role players free. Ant-Man need a bunch of role players like, you know.
You have what they don't do well, you get other people to do that.
Well, let me read these stats off to you real quick. So Ant-Man this year has played 58 games. He's shooting 49% from the field, 40% from three, almost 80% from the free throw line. I mean, you look at his game, he averaging 29 points. The brother is a shooter. He has the second most threes in the NBA. Last year, he was number one in threes attempted last year. So this is a dude who's shooting a bunch of threes, and he's making quite a nice clip of them. So
but I
don't think a non-shooter like John Morant would even be worth it.
No, he's not a better player than Ja, but all that he's doing is not equal to
He
wins.
wouldn't compliment Ant-Man because he can't shoot the ball.
Ant-Man need another guy.
So let me read this to you. Let me read this to you real quick. So John Morant has played 20 games this year. He's averaging 19 points. He's shooting 41% from the field, 23% from the from the 3-point line, 89% from the free throw. So I mean, he's averaging 19 and 8, which is good. But you can't make it in today's NBA shooting on 23% from the 3 and 41% from the field. That's crazy if you think about that.
That's not gonna cut it.
That's out of 20 games. So
that's all he's played.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's out of 20 games. I mean, he ain't even been playing much. The man's been in and then he's been out. He's been in, then he's been out. I don't know if he's having an injury or if he's been set down because of something off the court. I don't know what the reason why he's only played 20 games. But the last couple of seasons, he hasn't been in there like that. He hasn't been playing like that. He's been
right
on the bench because of injuries.
The man is shooting 31% from three for his career. The man can't play.
That's not true, video.
The man can't play, bro.
You can't say he can't play. That's crazy.
I don't care about a man shooting 31% from the 3-point line. I look at what he does when he's on the court. Does he attract the attention? If he attracts the attention, that's all I need him to do. Because you got another man who you say is a better shooter, well, that means that Ant can be open to take more threes. That means Ant is open to slash to the basket. We know Ja can give him the ball. So that he's doing his job by attracting the defense. Now you leave the Ant open, or you leave the Ant one-on-one coverage. That's what I need. I need somebody to attract the defense so I can make sure that the other guy get open. Or if Ant is attracting the defense, now you got Ja slashing to the basket. We know Ja can get to the basket. We know Ja can catch alley-oop. So you got to figure out what works together. If you got one guy that can help out the other guy because he's attracting the defense, that means the other guy's open. The other guy's one-on-one, got a one-on-one defender. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for the mismatches. You're not looking, okay, both these guys are going to be straight up with their players. They're not going to be straight up one-on-one. Because
I don't think there's a reason to double John Morant because he can't shoot. Can't shoot.
He'll take you off the dribble and get to the downhill on you.
Why would I be up on him? Why wouldn't I back up and put him in the zone? Because he can't
Because
shoot.
you know why, BVO? If my guy can get downhill and get to the basket and get fouled or score, I don't care if he can shoot or not.
Like we do Giannis. We're going to build a wall. We're not going to let you just come
in.
Man,
Giannis is unstoppable. Are you serious?
That man Ja is jumping over that wall. You better go look at that, boy.
He ain't done that in 2 to 3 years. For you thinking about John Morant from before, he's been in the league almost 7 years, man. He's not that guy. He's not. He got 3 All-Star appearances, but he's not that guy. He hasn't gotten any better since he got in the league. He just hasn't.
I disagree with that.
I'm gonna tell you like this: you leave John open to shoot the daggone jump shot, he's gonna knock it back. You leave him open to shoot the jump shot.
He hasn't been doing it.
No, because ain't nobody been.
He ain't really been playing.
Ain't nobody playing the defense that you're talking about. Ain't nobody backing up on those John Morant and let him shoot.
Have you watched them play? They back up when he shoot. When he was playing, when he played the Knicks before he got hurt, they had my man Jalen Brunson as the primary defender. Jalen Brunson was playing about 2 feet off of him because he can't shoot it. He's not gonna hit it. I'm not gonna be up on a guy who can't shoot because I know he can go past me.
Brunson ain't
want to go
past
me. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get back in the box and play 2-3 zone and make sure you can't get to the hole. I mean, I don't know why what I'm saying is controversial. I'm just telling you that the man has not gotten any better defensively. He just hasn't. I mean, defensively or offensively, what has he added to his game? We've seen Russell Westbrook add a mid-range to his game. We've seen the same thing with Derrick Rose. He hasn't added a single wrinkle to his game. He's the same player he was when he came out of Murray State. Exact same player. He's the exact same player.
You know how many minutes Ja is average for his, per game? How many minutes he's averaging?
For his career? About 31 minutes per game. But
for this year.
Oh, for this year, he's averaging 28 minutes a game.
Yeah, he's averaging 28 minutes a game. That's a 6-man average. 28 minutes. That's a 6-man. Yeah. He's not playing like that.
He's on his way out, Free.
Yeah, he act like he's playing 38, 40 minutes a game. He's not playing 38, 40 minutes a game.
See, I'm not up here saying he's garbage. I'm telling you, when I've seen guys who have similar athleticism, they have more tools in their bag. The guy, he don't belong to even be spoke about like Russell Westbrook or Derrick Rose, or even, he's not even John Wall. Even John Wall can shoot the ball. The guy has been a complete disaster the last 7 years in the NBA.
You're out of control. You got to be
I'm out of control because of the truth. Who would you rather have, John? Would you rather have John Wall or would you rather have this guy?
I'd rather have John Morant.
Yeah, John Wall. I love John Wall. He gets hurt way too much.
Let's put up, and that's my North Carolina brother. Let me put up the stats on John Wall. Let's put it up full mass. Give me 1 second because
I got John Wall right here.
I think John Wall's a better point guard. Will not
he's
hurt.
A better player.
Yeah,
he's a better player.
Hold on.
Will not hurt.
John Wall, you talking about his career. I'm not even gonna go his last season.
Y'all about to do some stats.
Not his last season, only his career. John Wall has averaged 18 points a game. What's his shooting percentage?
4 rebounds, 9 assists.
4 rebounds, 9 assists, 77 from free throw, 45 from the field, and 32 for 3-point range. And you telling me he's better than John Morant?
Yeah, I think John Wall's a better player than John Morant.
He's definitely more accomplished.
But John Wall got hurt a lot, so the stats are gonna look different. But as far as no injuries, John Wall's definitely a better player. Yeah, for sure.
And John Wall only played 11 seasons.
John Morant is a lot more explosive, and he's more of a highlight reel. But as far as a basketball player, John Wall's a way better basketball player than John Morant.
Guy.
For sure.
John Morant John Morant is nothing more than a hype job. This is a guy who had a good little run.
I'm not going that far.
Until he didn't.
I just don't think he's better than John Wall when healthy.
Hold on. For John Morant's career, let me go to his career stats.
That's stats though.
He's averaged 20 points per game. He's averaged 50 points from the field. 50% from the field.
No, he did not. He ain't averaging 50 points from the field.
I'm looking at
his stats right now. It's saying the 40s.
That was 46.
Okay.
And 31. 77 from free throw. He's basically the same player with less years.
Nah.
Basically,
John Wall had tons of injuries, bro.
John Wall was averaging 11 assists a game at one time.
You realize John Wall only missed 2 seasons for his career. He only missed 2 seasons.
I still think he's a better basketball player than Ja. Maybe because I watched him when he was playing AAU and stuff, so I got a little. It's a little. I might be a little biased with John Wall.
I'm gonna say this. Shout out to my man Josh in the chat. I would say if you look at him reaching his full potential, his immaturity and his desire to get in trouble is why he can't reach his full potential. No one's blocking him. I seen the Minnesota Grizzlies build their whole franchise around it, where they had Jared Jackson, who they love. They didn't want to trade him. They had built Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Brooks. Then they had built Desmond Bain. All I'm trying to tell you is because and I'm gonna just be honest, because he's such a ghetto dude. That's why he hasn't been able to do what he's supposed to do, because he's a ghetto wannabe hood guy.
That don't mean nothing. That don't got nothing to do with basketball.
Why is he carrying weapons, man? He's a clown.
They all carry weapons. I carry weapons.
You ain't no $200 million dude either.
It don't matter. I carry weapons.
You ain't worth $250 million either.
If I was, I would carry weapons. I would carry even more weapons.
No, you would not, bro.
What?
No, you would not. You would have security.
That carry weapons.
Okay.
Do y'all realize?
Envy him for what? Jared Jackson became Defensive Player of the Year. Desmond Bain is doing better in Orlando than he ever did with John Morant. That's what I'm saying. Y'all get on here and pickle pull, dude, because y'all like him. Y'all like his colorful hair and his feminine, his feminine nature. When he argues with guys from the bench while he got his street clothes on. The dude's a
I said I think John Wall was a better player.
Way better.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. His colorful hair. I don't care nothing about his hair. I don't look at their out of appearance at all. I'm looking at what I see on the court, and like I said, you could say John Wall is a better point guard, if that's what you believe. I'm just looking at what I see on the court and what I see who draws the attention. I think John Wall is a better defender than John Morant. But far as a scorer, I don't.
And a better passer.
Yeah, you can say better passer,
better defender, better passer.
I don't.
Only thing Ja does better is score better. That's it.
He's a better.
Well, that's debatable.
He's a better scorer.
But Johnny can shoot too.
John Wall dropped buckets on you.
Johnny Wall could really play, but let me ask you that. We got my man Coach Hackett in the house. Let me do this real quick. Now, he's had the most success since you had your Washington Bullets and watched him when he was there. So I want to give some respect to him. But I will say this. I think it's an overall conversation that we're not having. I think the lack of male role models has really deteriorated our society, because you're getting what I would call, and when I say girly men, I'm not saying it to be disrespectful. You're getting a man who's feminine based and how they move and how they do things. If you think putting nail polish on your fingers as a man is something that's cool, that's, for me, that's what women do. You can say I'm sexist or whatever you want to say, but that's what women do. I mean, it's an epidemic. When I had locks before, I never remember no man getting no colorful locks. That's something the girls would do. The most the men would do is maybe dye his tips blonde. But it's just this infestation. Just basically these people just coming in here with this feminine ways of doing things, and that's why you see these guys failing, because they are beta males. And if you look at what you see with John Morant, his dad act like he his best friend for whatever reason, and that shouldn't happen. I don't care how old you are, your dad is never really your friend. Maybe somebody you can have a laugh or two with, but your dad is somebody who's supposed to help guide you and make you do well in life. We seen John Morant's dad about to fight Shannon Sharp. It's been one little hood project thing after the other. I don't know if that's what y'all want to do, if y'all think that's cool, but I think guys like John Morant are jokes. You wait till you make it to the top of the world and you want to carry weapons. Everybody I knew that carried a weapon did it out of sheer protection for themselves.
BVO, carrying weapons is legal, right? It's your right.
I'm talking about as a $250 million player. What do you need a weapon for?
To shoot somebody.
That's a $250 million player. That's why you need a weapon. What are you talking about?
What's wrong with you?
But see, that's the thing, man. Y'all
you don't think when you get to a certain financial point with yourself in situations where you need to carry a weapon? I say this: if you look at white America and people have even more money than they have, they don't put themselves in situations where when I go there, I'm going to be strapped my damn self. I think it's just athletes always want to emulate drug dealers. They always want to emulate street dudes, and that's the thing that gets me. If you got that type of money, why are you putting yourself in situations where you need to have something like that? We don't see Brad Pitt running around here with a pistol in his waistband. We don't see Sylvester Stallone. None of these people doing the same thing. It's almost like if we don't show that we ghetto, it's a taboo thing. That is just the most ignorant thing I hear people say. Because I'm gonna tell you from experience, the average motherfucker who is living the life of a John Morant or somebody like that, they not willing to fire the gun. So I don't know why they carry it.
Well, I'll say the reason why they carry it is because it's probably legal. If it's legal in your state, and like we all know, John Morant grew up in a good home, right? Clarence parents grew up, and Clarence parents had a real good marriage, right? All right, whatever. If you never got a felony and you in a state, probably like Memphis, where you probably can open carry, why not? Yeah, I got $200 million.
I'm not saying that. You're right. If you can legally do something,
that's all I'm saying.
No, it's legally fine. But what I'm
now,
saying
if you're in Philadelphia and Baltimore,
I know plenty of guys from my city that have made plenty of money, and they don't even hang in situations that they really did in real life pain from, because they're saying, when I go, I don't have to carry a gun because I'm not putting myself in those situations. That's what you see the biggest drug dealers try to get their families in better situations. You see the most affluent athletes try to go hang in the worst situation. Doesn't make sense.
I agree with what you're saying, Coach. I don't think he put himself in a better situation. I don't see nothing wrong with him carrying a weapon. It's the decisions that he made while he was carrying a weapon. That's the problem. It's not the fact that he was carrying a weapon. It's what he did while he was carrying a weapon. He pulled it out in the middle of a nightclub.
Yeah, it's like, where are you carrying your weapon? Like, if I'm rich, like what Coach said, and I got that kind of money, I'm not carrying. Even if I'm licensed to carry, I'm still gonna leave my 40 cal, because it's what I like to carry, in the car. I'm not gonna bring it with me because I'm going to a strip club. I don't need it.
It's a decision that he's making.
Let me say this.
If it's something happened in the club, BVO, y'all supposed to jump on them, right?
Let me ask you this, man. You saying something about a weapon, right? Have you ever fired that weapon at somebody?
Yes, 100%.
And you fired that weapon at somebody in intention to take their life?
Yes, 100%. That's why I'm in New Jersey.
Let me finish. What I'm saying is this: if you think that's a fun ordeal, you got to be kidding me.
No, that was corny. I was a young boy. That's
not nothing. That's not nobody. See, I come from, and this is what we do here at BVO Sports TV. I come from a real man movement. Real men don't catch any type of like rep or anything or hurt nobody, because that's not what you wanted. That's not what you're here to do. You're here to take care of your family and get money. So you telling me a dude who's already beat the race of being in the ghetto wants to give a ghetto portrayal of his life for what?
No, and
let me say that, and I gotta say this, Free. And that's why sometimes I get so pissed when you be saying stuff, and it's not towards you, Pride. It's because I never understand why those kids who have a good life want to be in that piss-infested area.
Because we didn't know no better, BVO.
I would trade with y'all niggas in a second.
Yeah, but we didn't know no better.
I hated every guy. I hated all them guys I rode the bus with. I hated all them guys I used to go to free lunch with. I hated all them guys I went to the Boys and Girls Club.
You were just a hater.
No, because it was miserable. It was miserable. You were reminded every day that you
okay, now I was miserable with all the effing rules I had and stuff.
If you ever been on a public bus,
you didn't have no rules.
Let me finish. If you ever been on a public bus with them big ass windows, and you gotta bring your you gotta bring your line, your groceries, and that's your only way of transportation, you would rather do that than be with somebody who got a car and
no, because my mom would make me. My mom had cars, and my mom would be like, "Go get on the bus. Here's my list. Go to Food Lion. Come back with all this stuff. And you better not let nobody take the groceries."
I didn't have it like that. I didn't have it like that. You know, when I was coming up, and when I would be with my mother and not my grandparents, me and my mother would walk everywhere because she didn't have a car, and we would catch the bus. We used to catch the number 9 bus. And there's nothing more humbling than leaving the food place where you got to carry these heavy bags to your home, and you're talking about walking almost 2 to 3 miles. I don't know. I would have never wanted to do that if I had a chance. That's all I'm saying.
My mama used to make me do it. She wasn't driving her Pathfinder nowhere. I better go get on the bus and go bring her groceries back, and I better let nobody take nothing.
I'm talking about growing up as a kid. I know everybody like to speak as if they were just a grown man at 14, 15.
I definitely
wasn't. me as a kid, I didn't have it like that. I remember going to the welfare office. Let me say this. I remember going to the welfare office with my mother, and we would get a book of like stamps, and they would and people would like roast us because we would be in line. My mom would count the stamps out to pay for the food.
See, I get slapped in my face if I was roasting.
I remember getting powdered eggs. I don't.
My mom
ain't
play that.
I don't get it, man. Niggas blow my mind. I never wanted to live in the hood, and I don't know why people romanticize that. Hood is horrible. It's not fun, because when your door's shut and you stuck there and they blasting while you can't get no rest, or you got to go to school and dudes is shooting. And I seen a dude get stabbed while I was walking to school. Why does a 7-year-old have to
dude
see
get
that?
his head cracked on a new concrete, brand new concrete?
But it's like you celebrate that sick stuff. That stuff is mayhem.
Yeah, okay, when when you're young and dumb and you don't know no better.
I was young and wild and was punishing.
Old now,
and I didn't like it. I was punishing niggas and I didn't like it.
Maybe you didn't know how to maneuver through the hood like other people.
I was punishing dudes. It wasn't about
you probably was whooping ass, but you probably had no money.
I was punishing dudes. All I'm telling you is this. For me, I don't know how niggas romanticize that. I don't know how. It was nothing great. I remember seeing Cameron at the Chinese food store back in the day and seeing Duke the God, but man, I I didn't look forward to going to free lunch in the summertime. I didn't look forward to going to the Salvation Army to get shoes. I didn't look forward to having to wear a uniform and having to go to the Goodwill and see if I could find pants my size. And because I'm tall, I got on floods and I gotta pull my sock. I don't know what you niggas be talking about. When I was growing up in the hood, it was no place to be. I don't know what you dudes be talking about.
When I grew up in a good neighborhood, and my mama sent me to school in some Gitanos.
Me and my homeboys would catch
Gitano pumps when everybody had Reebok pumps.
Me and my niggas would catch 3 buses to be in the suburbs with the white kids or the white girls.
And you know what my mom used to make me do? Dress like y'all.
Man, I
had to work for my clothes. I had to work for a pair of jeans. I had to work for a pair of Air Force Ones. My mama, if not, I came to school with the same 3-4 pants on the same as the hood kids. And my mom was like, I'm not buying him that because he was fucking bad. He gets nothing.
I don't know nothing.
Niggas trying to steal your coats off of you, man. I don't know. Crazy. My bad. Go ahead, Free.
Niggas took my Averex. It's just a coat.
So I didn't know. I don't know nothing about uniforms, but I was. My father did have a car, but whenever my father was at work, me and my mother, my brother, and my sister, we had to get on the bus when we had to go somewhere. So it wasn't something that was so bad that we like, dang, why we got to get on the bus? It was just we needed to go somewhere. My father was at work. We had to get on the bus.
You been on the bus?
We be on the sub, the bus, the trolley.
Thunderstorm and winter advisory.
We was doing everything.
Bro, I remember being in the snow, man, and it was like, and it's something I could almost cry when I think about it. Me and my mother were waiting in the snow. It was a blizzard out, and it was like, it was pretty much a whiteout. I don't know if you guys familiar with that term, whiteout. And you couldn't see in front of your face, and the bus was moving slow. And I remember getting on that, being out there on that cold, waiting like 45 minutes, 50 minutes for the bus. Then we get on a bus, get to our destination. Then we got to walk another 25 minutes uphill to get to the house with them I don't know. I'll be honest. That kind of stuff was what made me really determined to be a better person. What I used to do is practice speaking in the mirror. I used to watch a lot of different shows because I didn't want to be stuck in that neighborhood. And there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't go to the hood, man, and hang out. I don't want to see those niggas no more. I seen them for a lifetime.
I go out there. I buy oils and
man, me and my homeboy, I'm gonna tell you a crazy story. Me and my homeboy,
Jay Butter, you tripping. I love the hood. They got them good old
his
ribs.
Mom used to run the free lunch program, right?
Bugging.
His mom used to run the free lunch program in the summer, right? So she would have like a deep freezer full of stuff. So we go in there, we see the food. Me and my cousin go in there, we grab up a couple sandwiches, and then we run out of there. He chases because we didn't grab some stuff and get out of there. But I don't know, maybe am I wrong? But no, I just don't understand how niggas celebrate the misery that was the inner city. It had good times, but it was more misery than it was anything else. What would you say, Bernard?
I would say most of the people that celebrated and who had the misfortune for being there, those were the ones who never saw a way out. The other people who celebrated it was people who visited the hood, but they knew that wasn't their lot in life. You've always had rich black kids, rich white kids that befriended people in the hood, but they didn't understand they befriended them for different reasons. First it was because the rich kid was the only one who had a car. Then it was because the rich kid was the only one that could get access. And the rich kid did it because it gave them credibility when they would go back to their high school or whatever, and they say, oh, he hang with these guys. It never carried over after a certain point in life when that rich kid goes back to real life, because after graduation, the majority of them are going to college. And by the time they graduate college, they don't remember when I used to hang with the less fortunate, because that was just a phase in life. That's why I said, if you're fortunate enough not to have poverty as part of your growing up, you should never look back to be part of poverty. Most of these basketball players are athletes, period. The vast majority of them, they've never played basketball outside. I'm talking about the ones who made it to the league. They've gone to private schools, even if their family was poor. That kid ain't been poor since he was 6'5". That was the last time he was poor. You got kids that's been at IMG Academy since they were in the 7th grade. So why is this kid running around claiming how hard life was when you've been at IMG since the 7th grade and you went from there to the University of Georgia or you went to Alabama? And then you want to portray yourself as some sort of thug or gangster when if they show your high school pictures, you was going to school with a shirt and towel. That's the shit. That's the shit that gets me. Because it's almost like a disrespect. It's like the guy who started gangbanging after they stopped doing drive-by. You want to hear when this shit was rough. It only looks cute. And that's the thing that disgraces the guys who lost their life as part of the hood, as opposed to you just picking it up because it's a thing.
Let me say this. Salute to my man 78, man. Appreciate you coming through, General, man. We always blessed to have you on, man. We just having a good conversation, and that's why I like to have OGs like you who actually been through it. What do you think about, and I don't want to say it in a bad, what do you think about these guys who celebrate the hood? When I say me, I hated all them niggas I was growing up with. We had moments, but I hated I hated the lunch lady. I don't know if you guys ever rode the Jitley cab, because there used to be a nigga who sat at the store and tell your grandma I'd give you a ride home for a month. I hated getting in a Jitley cab. I didn't enjoy poverty. Why do you think so many guys glamorize poverty 7 days? What's that about, man?
Man, I think the media sensationalized it, man. I think hip hop music sensationalized a lot of pain and poverty. Poverty is a disease, bro. Poverty is pain. It's bad memories. It's depression. You know what I'm saying? The ghetto looks the way it looks to keep you in a state of misery. You see what I'm saying? It's a reason why when you drive out to the so-called boondocks and you see all the green grass and the trees and the clean streets, you feel good. You feel good. You feel peaceful. And then when your own neighborhood, you see potholes everywhere in the streets. It's meant to make you frustrated. Trash everywhere. Everybody depressed. Everybody in a bad mood. Everybody broke. Everybody looking to come up off of somebody, right? And usually it's the people who ain't never really had to suffer through that. They glamorize it. It's the people who took field trips to the hood. You know what I'm saying? they glamorize it because they say, "Oh yeah, I went to O Block. Yeah, I was in O Block." Okay, but you don't live in O Block. You just went there.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't live there. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what that pain is like for them dudes out there who live there. So I think that, you know, just like everything we do, like you got the sneaker culture, you got the hip hop, you got whatever. People from other places take it, they adopt it, and they try to make it a cool thing, right? But you know, they start imitating, trying to do their best imitation of what they think a hood dude is or what they think a street dude is. And you know, the sad part is most people have no idea, because you couldn't like a real street dude or a dude who really dangerous. Let me put it that way. A dude who really dangerous, most dudes wouldn't even know that that's the one you should be worried about. They more worried about the loud mouth, cuss you out, use the N-word every other sentence. They think that's a hood dude. They think that's a real dangerous person, because that's what they show you in Menace to Society. That's what they show you the boys in the hood, right? But that dude who been to prison, who got out, who trying to better his life, he will make you disappear before he go back in there and get away from his baby. See what I'm saying? And that's what people don't understand. They think if you walk away from some confrontation that you soft. Oh man, look at him, he's soft. He don't want no smoke. No, I'm trying to save your life, nigga. That's what I'm trying to do. But you don't see it that way. You think somebody's soft because they walking away and because they ain't turning up and making a scene and all that kind of nonsense. I'm telling you, bro, this is why I can't stand the internet. The internet was all right when I first came on here, but I can't really stand this place, bro, because you forced to talk to people who don't really know you, so they think you a sucker like them. You know what I'm saying?
Bars. That's how I feel. These internet dudes is different, and I was just talking about that. But it is what it is, you know. But I feel the same way.
And see, when
The
one
internet,
of the
these
reasons
dudes is weird.
my bad, and one of the reasons I say that 78 is because I think it's just so disingenuous. Because when I was growing up and I was in the hood, we was all trying to speak well. Because when you go in front of that magistrate, if you speak in slang, she gonna take your whole summer from you. And I'll never forget, shout out to she's retired now, shout out to Magistrate Sonderman, who I could not seem to get out of being in front of as a kid. And she used to say stuff like, you know, this is your gross negligence. It's made me take your summer away from you, BVO. I remember one time we had ran up on a corn man. I don't know if you guys ever seen that. It's like a corn man. He had sell corn, and we beat the corn man up and stole the money.
Wow.
And because I was like 8 or 9, I was trying to get out of it. But, you know, unfortunately, we had some witnesses who seen me commit these heinous acts, and she just came and told on me. And the thing that I'll never forget that the magistrate told me was funny. She said, no one's lying on you. No one's picking on you. No one's trying to demonize you. You are what your actions are. And I think when you get in front of those judges there, like for me, unfortunately, I was facing juvenile life at one time. I think dudes don't understand, like, jail's a real place. The youth authority. I talk
So
about
you
this
beat
with
the corn man up and took the corn on the cob from the man?
No, you being a goofball. No, we hit him, and unfortunately, he got hurt real bad. And
he stole all the corn.
We didn't get any corn. We just got the money. But the thing that was crazy was that when we did that, you know, the man, if he wasn't such a good guy, you know, it could have been worse. Because he didn't want to press charges because we was kids. Or the time I was stealing fireworks off the roof, and the guy came out with the shotgun and told us, you know, get off his roof. And I tried to play it like a kid. I'm a kid. Don't do nothing to me. Please don't hurt me. And then, you know, I took his fireworks the next day. It's just, I'll just say this. For me, growing up in the hood, I don't see the glamour. I don't see the glamour. I don't see the fun. Don't get me wrong. We had our moments like the barbecues and stuff, but for me, it was a lot of pain. You know what I mean?
Fish fries?
Yeah, but that's not every day. Most of the day is watching broke niggas sit on their porch drinking Bud Light all day.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Right. And all kind of, you know what I'm saying, battling with roaches and mice and mess. Nobody got time for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, luckily for me, you know what I'm saying, I was fortunate enough where, you know what I'm saying, I didn't have to live there too long. You know what I'm saying? My father got us up out of that situation, you know what I'm saying? But when I had to go visit and stay with my grandmother on either side or stay with my cousins and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, I felt bad because I knew I was going home. You know what I'm saying? I knew I was going home, and they had to stay there, bro. Like, they even got used to like laying on the floor, and like they ain't even scared of rats no more. I'm scared of rats to this day, but I'm not. No, I couldn't even go to sleep. I'm like, bro, I can't stay. Hey, come on, cuz, spend the night. No, I can't, bro. I can't. Like, y'all is literally cool with like rats as your pets type of shit. Nope, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, you know, and when you think about those, I'm not saying it wasn't fun times, but just off the danger. Prime example, God rest his soul. It was an older guy. See, I was a big kid. I was like 5'10" at like 10, 11 years old. So I never got the benefit of the doubt. So I always try to be real fierce. And I think about it now, I really was just a psychopath because I was looking to prove to older guys that I can get there with you. And I remember one time, man, this guy had got me, man, and he had took, I don't know if you guys remember those, what is those things called? I don't want to say it's a club, but like it's like a baton almost. You ever see it shoot out the thing, the little metal thing? He had one of those, right?
Oh yeah.
And I remember he had hit me and another little dude because we had our uniform on. Dude hit us in the legs with it and said, "Next time y'all come up here, we gonna do this and that." And I remember going to get my grandfather's stuff, and we chased him down the field. And 7 years, I always say this. I thank God the bus appeared, because if that bus wouldn't have appeared, we wouldn't be having this conversation today. Because I was going to prove a point that I was going to hurt this man. I can't even tell you why I was on that, but I was ready to take her life off me feeling disrespected as a kid. And I think people don't understand, like, we never talk about the other side. You get cornballs, like, you know, like I always thought, like 50 Cent to me. 50 Cent to me is a goofball. I don't respect no dude that got blasted 9 times. You probably a goofball if somebody's trying to hit you that many times. So I mean, it's like I feel like the structure of respect is like goofballs have taken over, and real guys, you know, are not the ones that get the attention.
The nail painters,
so it's kind of sad. But let me ask you this though, 7 Day. What did you think about the whole Tiger Johnson thing? You know, that's my guy from Cleveland. What did you think about that whole situation?
Yeah, I did a video about it earlier. I don't. This is my thing about Tiger Johnson. Tiger made a few mistakes. One, you threaten somebody online. You threaten that you're gonna do X, Y, and Z when you see him. Okay, that's mistake number one. Okay, because that's how you know dudes have gotten too comfortable with selling wolf tickets. Because because you never tell somebody what you're gonna do before you do it. You know what I'm saying? So we already know you capping, right? And if you ain't capping, you an idiot. So now, so you say you're gonna slap Devin Haney in front of his dad. You're gonna do all this. So now, the team Haney already on guard. They already watching you. Like, okay, watching this dude. He might pull a sneak attack or something. So now they see you mugging. Then you get into it with Sean. The moment somebody said, "Yo, man, that's the kid, man. Ooh, you should have been like, man, all right, man, y'all better get a little dude," and walked away. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I didn't been there. Trust me, I didn't been there. Okay, and so I didn't have to walk away from many a situation, right? To either to save their life or my life, or both, or to keep both of us out of prison. I didn't have to walk away. Somebody got to walk away, bro. It ain't nothing cool about being an idiot to say you ain't a punk, but then you get stomped out, right? You get stomped out, right? Now what's more painful? Walking away from a situation and swinging in the air like Trey from Boys in the Hood when you get home, and you would have been up on me, this night, you know, talking that kind of shit. Or is it more painful to get stomped out? But hey, I ain't no punk. Man, that's on camera. Everybody gonna talk about that forever. You got stomped out.
He got stomped out by YNs.
Right, by YN, and you could have walked away.
Right, I would have been up out of there. You know, they'll prounce on you. Them YNs, they don't care. They'll prounce on you.
I would say this though, 78. I'm a little different. If one of them young dudes come to me that way, you gotta eliminate them. I know that you can't play with these young. You gotta be willing to take their life. Now, in that situation, it wasn't justified, but I'm just saying, I don't know about y'all in Cleveland. You can't play with these YN. You gotta unalive them.
You can't.
Philadelphia, you can't do it.
You can't play with them nowhere. That's
any city.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You have to be the adult in the situation. If you're in a situation where your life is on the line, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm talking about somebody in traffic, somebody talking crazy. For instance, I told the story before. Right now, I'm in a Walgreens, right, and I'm in line. I'm in the next person in line. So you know how when you walk in Walgreens, you supposed to come around that little metal thing and come all the way out. So this dude hops over the metal thing and just jumps in front of me in line. Look YN. But he got the pistol. He got a tank top on. He got the pistol showing, right? So he wanted everybody to know he got this thing on. So dude just look at me like, do something, you know what I'm saying? And just not hop in line and like, yeah, let me get a pack of Square Rule. He asked for his cigarettes. So the girl was like, no.
Like a Newport 100s.
Yeah, whatever kind of cigarette. So the girl was like, no, you can't just skip in line. And she's like, you out here, you bogus. She was talking to him crazy. She was a young chick too, but I wouldn't even said nothing like that to him. Not when he got the pistol. She's like, dude, she's like, you bogus. She's like, you over here like this and this and that. And he like, man, let me get the cigarette. She's like, no, I'm not. You skipping people in line. She talking to him rough, right? So I'm like, man, all these little young motherfuckers crazy. Because I never do the thing. I'm letting him talk. Let him go. So he walk off, whatever, right? And I'm glad. But see, I got to that point. It took me years to get to that point where I can accept that. Because back in the day, it bothered me if I felt like I'd let somebody get over on. You know what I'm saying? And you know, because I feel like I had something to prove. But what fixed that? What fixed that was sitting in jail. Sitting in jail. And you can, when you really sitting there, I ain't talking about in there for a month. When you really sit down, you sit down for a while, and you see how phony people is, and all your friends start dwindling away. Only the real family members is there for you. You know what I'm saying? And you start seeing how fake and phony stuff is, and how you done did all this work. I done put in work for this one. I did dirt for that one. I remember this nigga called me. I had to go over here and handle that. And I can't get nobody to stop this nigga from coming to court on me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here like, well, what the fuck is going on? So what? So I'm like, I knew I made a deal right then and there with myself, and I tell
let it go.
Yep, I said, you know what? If I get out of this, if I beat this case, man, fuck this shit, fuck the streets, fuck these niggas. Because
and that's how
I can't.
Hey, 7A, I was in a Chinese store in Philly one time, and I was getting ready to order something, and these YNs, it was like 5 of them, just pulled up and was like, "Yo, let me get 4 wings with French fries, salt, pepper, ketchup." They went crazy. I was just like, "Damn!" I was about to order, but I was looking around, checking my surroundings. I looked in the car. I had my daughter with me. And we was getting some of them good wings in the hood down on Cecil B. Moore off of by Temple in Philly. And I had to let it go. Normally I would have probably said something. They were smaller than me. They were young kids. They all had on ski masks and shit. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it go. It's not worth it. And sometimes you're not a less of a man. It's cool. Because you get to go back to your reality with all the stuff that you accomplished with your life. So you don't gotta be a tough guy everywhere you go. Trust me.
Let me say this, 78. You know what?
Hey, BVO.
Go ahead, Coach.
BVO, I don't want to miss that. I don't want to miss that point that the good brother just said. See how he said, and that's what I think drives on the point that BVO was saying. You just said, I let it go because I was going back to my reality. Those youngest gotta stand up when a nigga try that, because they're living in their reality of, if I let this nigga make me a sucker, I still gotta live in this neighborhood, so everybody gonna make me a sucker. That's the point I think BVO was trying to make right there. Your reality is something of an oasis compared to their reality is the jungle that surrounds Temple University. Your reality is the gated community that's on the other side of town. I just came here to get chicken wings. So I'm going back to my reality, because in my reality, there is no store that sells these good chicken wings. So I think that drove home the point that BVO was trying to make, that John Morant's reality was they don't make these chicken wings in my neighborhood. So don't portray a reality that's not real for you when you attain money and the police and the media are always watching you, because that's who's really saving your ass, the police and the media. Because if they're not around and you just a regular nigga, that got shot up. That's why I look at the situation with the boy from Memphis. I don't know how I forget his name.
John Morant.
No, the tall young dude that was the rapper.
Young Dog.
That got killed. Yeah, Young Dog. His real reality was, I'm rich, but I gotta carry guns. John Morant's reality is not that shit. When you make your money from the hood, your reality is, I gotta stay strapped. When you make your money from an NBA arena, that's not your reality, that you gotta walk around here strapped. You created that as your reality because you think it gives you street credibility. Street credibility is only earned one way, That's putting in fucking work. The only pro athlete of recent times that had street credibility was Aaron Hernandez. And everybody on this team was fucking scared of him. Because he was a real street nigga. The rest of them are imitation street niggas. Let me tell you some real shit. Don't no street nigga carry a registered firearm. All they shit is dirty. Because they can't get registered firearms.
That's a fact.
Well, I know some street dudes that was slid out, didn't get no felonies.
I don't know. Let me explain. I want to answer that. All official street niggas have either A, supplied the work, or B, put the work in. Other than that, it was just holding guns and living in the neighborhood. There is no street niggas. That's like saying he a killer because he shot at niggas. No, you can only be a killer one way, because you're tilting niggas. And whether you got caught or not, the streets know who have official street credibility. And then they know the other niggas. Because there's a lot of niggas in the street that don't have a felony, that's toting guns, and everybody in the hood know that nigga, he's shooting up in the air. He not shooting at nobody. and that's a fact. 90% of these niggas with guns are shooting up in the air. They're not shooting at anybody.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
I'll say this.
I think most so, from my experience, and I lived everywhere. I lived on the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest. I lived everywhere except for the South. You know, I've been to the South plenty of times. I ain't never lived there. In every hood, it's only about 1 to 3 niggas that put in work. Everybody else just in the way.
100%. 100%. You ain't said nothing but true, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't glorify the streets at all. I don't glorify it. If I could go back and redo my life, I would never have the credibility of saying I put in work. I would never have it. That's not something that you want, because you got to do a whole 180-degree turn for the niggas that you had those instances with. Their family to let you live. And I tell niggas that all the time. Their family allows you to live, because a mother don't never forget that you killed her son, whether he was the worst nigga on face of planet Earth or not.
I think that's a fact, 70. I think what I'm speaking to is for us that grew up in the hood and had no choice. I always hated those. I used to terrorize dudes just being a big bully. So I'll be knowing a lot of guys are sweet, because a lot of dudes talk tough. Then the same dudes, I would put their head in the toilets and give them swirlies and, wedgies, just harassing them. You know what I mean? So it's just like, come on, man. Like, a lot of dudes really just make me laugh. A lot of guys is just sweet, man, because I've seen guys in the dorm when we was in youth authority crying for their mom, and you know what I mean? You see that so much, and you see like dudes are such pretenders. I'm gonna ask you this: how come that never bothers you, Savvy? You never seem to get bothered by the pretenders, man. Why is that?
No, I'm definitely bothered by it. I just don't let them know. Trust me, bro. I be steaming mad, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't worth giving it my energy, because if I give it my energy, then I validate them. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta just ignore the suckers, man, and let them do what they do. Suckers gonna attract other suckers to them. You know what I'm saying? So if I let a sucker get under let him know he got under my skin, he won for the day. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. the first nigga to scream death is always the first nigga to testify.
That's wild.
I'm gonna tell you guys some funny stories. So my dad grew up with, East New York, Fort Greene. So he came up with Uncle Glaze, and the whole it used to be called Money and Murder, unfortunately. And the thing that get me about those guys is, even my dad is an old man who got his own landscaping company. He's still one of those guys. I remember he told me a crazy story where he didn't want to call the police for a guy he was working for at the time, because he felt so uncomfortable calling the police. And you should just hear how this man talk about. So, like, my dad was so mad at the guy that he tried to throw off a balcony for testifying against him. And I was thinking to myself, Dad, you threw the man off a balcony. That's probably why he testified against you. And my dad said, I took care of the nigga. I loved it. I took care of the nigga like he was my own. And what I'm asking you is that type of loyalty that my father talks about, 78, is that gone? Because I hear a lot of OGs say, like, man, you can't even show love like you used to. Is that really what happened?
Man, it's hard to say, bro. I really, you know, I don't want to say it's gone, because then that'll be just so sad, man. If it is, man, I just say it this way, bro. I'm probably not the best person to ask no more, because I'm a civilian now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like 10 years ago, you asked me that question, I'd have been like, yeah, man, ain't no loyalty for F these dudes. But I don't know what these young cats got going on now. I don't know. The game done changed. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is different, bro. Like, even when I walked away from the ism for a while and stuff, and I thought I was retired, then I met this little 19-year-old broad who was going bad, and she was feeling me heavy, and she wanted me to get back in the game, and I got back in the game for her. And then, you know what I'm saying, I came back in, but I felt like, dude, I'm gonna get you sucking when you got out of prison, and then he was walking around with the fish tank on his feet. And I was like, man, like everything was different, bro. It was just like some stuff remained the same. Like it's always gonna be like that. But I'm just saying, like the lingo was different. Like these mugs is popping pills now, and you know what I'm saying? Pills. Yeah, it's like it's hella.
And not even taking no real Zacharys.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I had to learn what was up, man. You know what I'm saying, but yeah, I'll tell you one thing: these little dudes it's way more people telling now, openly telling, like they ain't even hiding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely spooked me.
They'll wear a wire on you. Gotta be careful.
Yeah. You know, I tell Coach this all the time, 78, that the pimping game is not dead in Cleveland and the Midwest is not dead. When I be telling the coach that it's still that way with dudes, they call.
Well, I mean, you broke up a little bit.
Yeah, you fell BVO. You fell down the steps real quick.
Okay, my bad. Know what I was saying? Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You know what I said? It's like tell us why you think the pimping game has not left the Midwest, because even to this day, I'm going to see a little 25-year-old, 26-year-old dude with his blue jeans on and some Nikes telling some girls where to go. Is the pimping game just ingrained in the Midwest? That's just a Midwest thing?
It ain't never going to leave. It's not even just – it's never going to stop. Pimping and hoeing ain't never going to stop, man. As long as, you know, like sex is always going to feel good. Woman has between her legs one of the most valuable commodities, you know what I'm saying? If not the most valuable commodity, you know what I'm saying?
Ever.
But the beautiful thing about it is she knows not what she has, and we do. So she think it's just, she used to it. She walk around with it every day, so it ain't nothing to her.
Right.
So we know what she got, and we know it's suckers out here. We know it's dudes who are go Google guy, dudes who will shoot somebody over that thing, dudes who take the stand and snitch over that thing. You know what I'm saying? Dudes who give to their bank account, give their kids college fund up over that thing. So if she knew the power of that, she'd be rich, but she ain't. So Midwest dudes, and I say this too, I can't leave out Oakland dudes. Bay Area dudes, them dudes is like California dudes for the most part. You know what I'm saying? They got some ism in them, like real heavy. So like at least the ones I've met, I ain't never seen no.
Yeah, the Bay definitely got a huge influence on that. You definitely right about that.
Yeah, them cats. So it's like it's a culture, man, especially in the hood, because you gotta figure when you in the hood, right? You got dudes who, if they growing up in poverty, right? So you got the young dude, he gonna end up being. He gonna be trying to hustle, trying to sell some dope or something like that, get him some school shoes, or he just want to be fresh or whatever, or he gonna be robbing, hitting licks, or he gonna be stealing, right? He gonna do something. But the girl, she gonna learn from a very early age that it's some creepy ass dudes out here from an early age now. I'm talking about 5, 6 years old. She gonna notice that men is looking at her. Men who ain't got no business looking at her. She gonna notice it though. You know what I'm saying now that's a crucial time for the young girl, because if her mama and her daddy is in her life and they school her and educate her properly, she gonna have the defenses for that. If they don't educate her, then she gonna be a victim for the. You know what I'm saying? That's why so many of these young girls end up getting molested and all that kind of terrible stuff like that, and and it messes up their self-esteem and all that kind of stuff, and they all messed up. And then once they get messed up, they messed up. You know what I'm saying? So then, unfortunately for them, by the time they, you know what I'm saying, they looking for a job and they don't know what they want to do after high school. Woo. They come me in the Cadillac. Hop on in. I got you.
I tell you. I think they messed up. I think they messed up from childhood, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that. With girls, it's loyalty based from childhood. With boys, it's incentive based. Everything you do as a boy that your father give you or your mother give you is based on an incentive. You did this, so you get this. Everything that a girl does as a child is based on loyalty. That's my girl. She does this out of the kindness. It's based on loyalty. So when these guys get these young girls, or these guys get these young boys to sell drugs on either side, the girl stays loyal because all her life, everything is based on loyalty. The boy he becomes disloyal when the police come, because everything he's learned all his life has been based on incentive. There's no incentive for me to take this prison sentence with you. But for her, she has to be brokenhearted for her to lose her loyalty. So if he can keep her mentally thinking that we together, she's never going to tell. But if you look at when pimps go to prison, it's because the same girl that was loyal realizes that he don't give a fuck about me, and then she tells him. Whereas the young man, the minute they go to jail, he said, history shows we ain't getting out of prison, and the first nigga to go free is the first nigga telling. It's all incentive based. That's the difference. It's not that boys are smarter than girls. It's not that girls have less knowledge of their worth. It's that one has been raised on incentive, the other one has been raised on loyalty. So when they get in the street and start dealing with people, they deal with everybody the same way. If you have a guy that was raised on loyalty, then he's gonna be a loyal type nigga. That's the nigga that don't say nothing and take the prison time. If you got a dude that's been raised on incentive, then he's gonna take the first opportunity to take the incentive to tell. If they don't incentivize telling, nobody's gonna tell. If they say you're gonna get the same 20 years whether you tell on your friends or not, nigga ain't gonna tell. But if they incentivize telling, a nigga weighs his options and he takes the option of incentivize. That's loyalty. That's common sense. There is no magic wand of this nigga say something real slick. If they tell a motherfucker jump in front of a gun and they know the gun is gonna go off, 90% of the males and the females ain't jumping in front of that gun, no matter who the fuck it is, because they know the outcome is death.
I'll just say this.
Put in that reflection.
I asked you this, 70. This is something, and I told Bernard this, to be in the game. I don't know what man want to do that, because it's nothing but a job. You got to take care of her, take care of her kids. You got to buy her clothes, pay her bills. Like, I always wonder how cats in the game, how is it worth it? Because you're doing so much. I mean, you pretty much running somebody else's life. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get up and take the kids to school, or you got to be the one to pay the bill for this, or have bail money. I never understood that, man. Am I wrong in how I'm looking at it, 78? What you think?
So what the ism?
Yeah, being a player, I just don't see, like, it's a thankless job for
you. Got a stable of chicks, and you got them all living in the crib, and everybody got a job to do, and all. It can get hectic as far as dealing, because they women, so you got to deal with their emotions. They be into it with each other. They be backbiting. this girl didn't jumped on this one over here and this and that. They lying on each other, trying to get somebody kicked out the house, all kind of stupid stuff. But that's just, I mean, that's to be honest with you, bro. You know, it can get irritating, it can get rough because a lot of these hoes ain't loyal. They'll backstab you. They've been, like I said, some of them is riders and they're gonna be there with you. And then the other ones is along for the ride, you know, and they good con artists and stuff like that, right? These chicks is laced up with game too, you know. So
yeah,
I think that it's about what you can endure, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it definitely ain't easy, man. They think that's real when they say the Ism ain't easy because it's not made for the weak stomach. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to deal with some disgusting stuff. You're gonna have to see some disgusting foul stuff. And you know, you're gonna have your good moments where y'all celebrating, y'all just made 200,000, y'all having fun, y'all going out to eat, y'all partying, you know what I'm saying? You going to the strip club, that's all fun. But then what happened when, you know what I'm saying, some girl got snatched up and she got raped. Somebody done raped her, you know what I'm saying? And then she looking to you to make an example out of whoever the nigga is. Now what if you can't find him? What if you can't find this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't even want to say on here, but some gotta be done because you gotta keep her mind thinking that you can protect her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and it's a dirty game. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I don't participate in it no more because like most people will tell you about all the fun stuff and all that kind of stuff, but this some wicked ass shit going on.
That joint get even more worse.
Yeah,
with these young boys nowadays, because these youngers will be the one that slap her out, take the vagina, and don't pay her, and then they'll bring her to you and be like, "Ain't you supposed to be the one that And now you looking crazy because you know these young boys.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they get this. They what they said, they got the gorilla in the trunk.
Yeah,
and you know you ain't really trying to deal with that. Now you like, damn, she got me in a quandrum. Because once again, the young nigga gonna bring her to you. That's like he's gonna bring her to you and tell her, I'm not paying her. Yeah. Now she looking at you to play a role that ain't even your role. Yeah, you ain't no killer.
but something like that, with that, that's you gonna have to put in work on that because he like first of all, you know that gotta be discussed beforehand. But that's why a lot of chicks, to be honest with you, a lot of chicks don't like dealing with young black dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's tricks. They don't like dealing with young black dudes because a lot of young brothers they're not with paying, right? Even if they sell dope, they got plenty of money.
Right.
Like niggas be looking for a reason not to pay a chick. So like they'll promise her, you know, they be trying to talk her down on the price and that. That's why a lot of chicks like, I just want to deal with the Spanish dudes.
They don't talk to black guys.
Yeah. They don't talk to black dudes. You know what I'm saying? And ninjas be getting mad about that. But I'm like, bro, it's a reason for that though, because ninjas, look, a girl, think about this now. A girl will say, hey, look, give me $150. You know what I'm saying, for 30 minutes. And in that 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can get the booty, you can get the coochie, and I'm gonna give you some head. And nigga be like, damn, what you can do for $100? Like, nigga, the girl just told you can do whatever you want to do for $150. This nigga trying to talk her down like, bro. That's what ninjas do though. You know what I'm saying? It's diabolical. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I know in DC, a lot of them young dudes back in the day, if they wasn't acting right, they'd turn the stroll into a strip and tell them y'all gotta get off the block. And like I said, these young niggas built different. They don't respect nothing. Mm-hmm. And the pimp, he's trying to run a business. That's how he live. I'm trying to run a business. He ain't out here trying to be killing and all that shit. So them young niggas, like I said, the young niggas nowadays, they hit different. They done turned every city into fucking Beirut. They done turned it into Beirut.
Yeah.
So it's almost better for the pimp to get a job. He come out better getting 10 girls. He can come out better getting 10 girls in an apartment and getting them all a job 40 hours a week at Walmart and let them stay together. That's the only way he guaranteed to get his bread. Cause these young niggas out here is doing vicious shit.
No, you're right. But that's why I'm.
Yeah, they vicious.
That's why I say you gotta. But I transition into like 8-Ball MJG say the space age shit. See, if you get all of them in the crib, right? So instead of sending them out to the, instead of giving them $20 and telling them to go sit in the tavern on the corner and wait for some tricks, instead of sending them downtown in a hotel bar and waiting for some lonely businessman, you know what I'm saying? Put them in the crib, get you a webcam, and the freaks come out at night. You know what I'm saying? And then it's safer. And only bad part about that part is you gotta pay taxes. You gotta pay taxes, trust me, because I'm still paying them motherfuckers. They're coming, bro. They will come and strip you naked. Whatever I'm talking about, you life is so good. You be riding high, like, yeah, man. Yeah, woo. And you ain't paid taxes on none of this money in like 5 years. Or you pay taxes on some of your money, but not that, right? And they know. Trust me, it might take them 3 or 4 years, but they gonna trace that money, and out of nowhere, you're gonna go to the ATM machine, and then you're gonna get your receipt, and it's gonna say $300. You're like, huh? What? What's this? And then you're sweating, and you call the bank, and they like, the IRS put a levy on your account. Man, I'm talking about real tears come out, bro. You be crying. You be like, man, fuck this shit, man, you start talking shit. Hey, you be talking shit like, man, fuck that. You be trying to justify robbing the government, like, man, they owe me that shit. They owe me that for preparation, man. Fuck that. They will come get it. That's the only bad thing about the internet thing is you gotta pay taxes on that. You gotta report that income. But you can get, it's ways around certain stuff, like you can write the stuff off like computer equipment, you know what I'm saying? Be lying. I used to be lying and talking about paying these girls for advertising, my websites and all that kind of stuff. So that'll knock out a big portion of the money, but you still gonna have to pay. You know what I'm saying? They gonna come get you though. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only downside, man. but it's safer. It's safer than the streets, you know.
Hey, let me ask you this one last question before we get out of here, 7 days. So we see a lot of the, hate that, guys get, and they always want to pick and choose. Do you think when you see what's going on with Devin Haney, Deontay Wilder, do you think Canelo fits in that thing where no matter what he does, he can never get his just due? Because you kind of you can almost say the way they treat Devin Haney and Deontay Wilder, same way they treat Canelo, where he can never do enough. What do you think about that?
BVO, this is diabolical. You always trying to get me to say something good about. I'm not saying that good about Canelo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it. See, every time I mess with BVO, he asks me some loaded question. You know what I'm saying? Some loaded question about Canelo. He's like, hey man, like 78, man, food is good, man. Canelo like food. You think Canelo is a good man that like food? Like, man, come on, man. Nah, but I think Canelo though. I can't compare him to Wilder and Haney because their hatred comes from their own people in a very disgusting, filthy way, bro. It's like it's diabolical. It's that's so much self-hate involved with that. Dudes got more smoke for Devin Haney and Deontay Wilder than they do for flat out racists. And I don't understand that other than these dudes just some jigs. Now, for Canelo hatred is just coming from haters. You know what I'm saying? It's just coming from people who like, okay, well, and then some people, because there is legitimate stuff. Like, I can fight David Benavidez. I want to see him fight Benavidez, but I do give him credit for the people he did fight. You know what I'm saying? I give Canelo credit for the people he did fight. And I think Canelo won't go down to all-time great. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take nothing away from Canelo, but then I got to take something away from Floyd and take something away from Crawford. Canelo, that dude.
Yeah. And we got to clip this, man, because whenever we get 78 to say something good about Canelo, we got to take it to the bank.
See, I knew you were going to do
shout out
that.
to 78 for doing that.
I ain't saying nothing. I knew you were going to do it.
We're going to definitely clip this, OG. But I appreciate you, man. I'll see you next time, man. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate you.
Brothers, man. Salute.
All right, take care. All right, go like that was my man, 78 Sports, man. Good brother, man, out of Milwaukee, man. Let me ask you this, Coach. Why you think 78 didn't want to give no love to Canelo, man?
Man, it's hard. It's hard when you at the top, man. It's hard when you at the top, man.
Coach,
Canelo.
Can you hear me, Coach?
Yeah, I hear you. Hear me? You hear me, BVO?
I hear you, Coach. BVO coach is talking.
BVO don't hear me? You hear me?
Uh-huh.
Nah, BVO don't hear you. You
Oh,
good,
shit.
though, Coach.
Nah, I just think that when you've achieved the level of the Canelos, the Chavezes, the Mayweathers, the Sugar Ray Leonards, the Mike Tysons, I think it's hard for people to give credit to you because we just not the type of society, meaning the American public, that gives credit to anybody. Barack Obama became the motherfucking president of the United States, and a month after he was the president, they started talking about his approval rating was down. How the hell did that happen when he just became the president of the damn United States? We just a hater society. The United States, we just haters, man. As a country, we just hate.
I remember T.I. came to do a thing for LeBron. These mofos these jigs tried to kidnap T.I. No joke. Because I don't know if y'all noticed, but T.I. is not a big man. He about 5'8", 5'9". They grabbed him and they pulled him off stage. But man, another great show, man. We gonna have my man Monty Barrett tomorrow. Shout out to Coach dropping jewels, man. Shout out to my brother Free. Pride. Before we got it, give me some good stuff, Free. Before we got it, man, give me something good, Free.
I can't call it. I mean, make sure you keep your loved ones close by. Keep your enemies in eyesight. But y'all do what y'all supposed to do as a human being, as a father or mother. If you have kids, raise them in the way that the old folks say, where you want them to be respected, not in a way to make people look at you and wonder how they let you outside the house. That's all I got on it.
Hey, salute, man. Y'all hold the Puerto Rican Prince, and we out of here, y'all. Peace. Oh, where's my thing at? 1 second.